The Scent of Sheora Flowers. It was past 2:30 at night. The quiet little village of Benipur by the riverside seemed to be holding its breath. Only the croaking of frogs from the pond and a faint bark of a distant dog broke the silence. Arindam, a history student from Kolkata, was walking with an old lantern in his hand, his destination, the old Ray mansion. No one went there at night, but Arindam's curiosity was different. His research topic was the lost zamindar families of Bengal. The villagers had warned him. "The old records might be there, sir, but that house is a graveyard now." Arindam had laughed it off. He didn't believe in ghosts. But something that morning had stirred his curiosity. While sitting at a tea stall near the crossroads, he had seen a woman in a white sari standing under a sheora tree, staring at the river. And then, in the blink of an eye, she had vanished into the mist. The path to Ray Mansion. The road to the mansion was narrow, bushes on both sides, old mango trees, and glimpses of the shimmering river every now and then. As he walked, Arindam thought, maybe this is the mansion of Aloka Ray Chowdhury mentioned in the document. The record said, in 1932, a zamindar lady named Aloka Devi drowned herself in the river the night before her wedding. No one knew why. The villagers said she was waiting for someone who never returned. Suddenly, the air grew thick with the heavy scent of Sheora flowers. Arindam raised his lantern, but there were no trees nearby. Still, the scent seemed to pull him deeper into the mansion. Inside the mansion, the house was now a ruin, broken walls, a collapsed veranda, and moonlight pouring in through holes in the roof. On one wall hung a faded painting, a young woman playing the piano. Beneath it, the words read, Aloka Ray Chowdhury, 1931. Arindam's heart skipped a beat. So this is her. Just then, a faint piano note echoed from the dark corner, soft at first, then slowly forming a sad melody. He froze. "Who's there?" No reply, but the air grew colder. As he stepped forward, he saw a shadow move. It drifted closer, a woman in a white sari, loose hair, and a soft, faded smile. "You came, at last," she whispered. His throat grew dry. "You are Aloka?" She nodded gently, smiling. "Yes, but I'm only a memory now." Aloka's story. Tears glimmered in her eyes, but her face was calm. She spoke softly. Once this house was filled with music. A young man named Rajnath, who had just returned from abroad, taught me to play the piano. I fell in love with him, but he was from a lower caste. My father found out and banished him. Soon after, my marriage was fixed with a rich zamindar's son. She paused. The night before the wedding, I waited by the river for Rajnath. He had promised, "If I don't come, you'll know me by the scent of Sheora flowers." He never came. So I went to the river myself. A chill ran down Arindam's spine. Rajnath. I've heard that name somewhere before. Aloka stepped closer, her voice a whisper. "It's you, Rajnath. You've come back to keep your promise." The room began to spin. The piano tune grew louder and louder. From the painting on the wall, red drops began to fall, blood glistening in the moonlight. The scent of Sheora flowers filled the air so thickly he could barely breathe. He tried to run, but his legs wouldn't move. Then Aloka's voice came again. "No one leaves this house, Rajnath." He suddenly saw the riverbank bathed in full moonlight, and there he was, standing beside Aloka, hand in hand, walking slowly toward the river. A moment later, darkness. Epilogue. The next morning, villagers gathered outside the mansion. They found Arundam lying unconscious beside the piano, a faint smile on his lips, eyes open but silent. Around him lay withered Sheora flowers. And yet, there wasn't a single Sheora tree anywhere near the mansion. The doctor said, "Psychological trauma." He was frightened. But the old villagers whispered, "No, Aloka's spirit lives within him now." Since that day, Arundam never left the village. Every evening he sits by